Today on Golf Getaway, the voice of Australian rugby, Gordon Bray and I play at the Pearl Golf Course in Pacific Harbour, the adventure capital of Fiji. We meet the most famous team in Fiji, and Andre Stoltz teaches me a great tip and ruling when my ball ends up in an almost unplayable lie. Hi there, I'm Andrew McCombe.
And I'm Gordon Bray, sports broadcaster, and welcome to the Pearl, South Pacific, a very famous championship golf course. In fact, the great white shark Greg Norman won here in 1978. You were still in nappies.
The Pearl was designed by Robert Trent Jones Jr. and is a 6,285 metre par 72 championship golf course located here in the beautiful Pacific Harbour in Fiji. The Pearl is set amongst tropical rainforests and winding canals with 66 bunkers and multiple water hazards on 12 of the 18 holes, making it one of the most adventurous golf courses in Fiji.
Well, Mira, we've touched down here in paradise. Now we've both got to do it justice. So a little bit of Trans-Tasman feeling perhaps as well.
We're at the first. It's a 388 metre par 4. With me is Gordon Bray, the voice of Australian rugby. Gordon, what are you doing in Fiji?
Well, we're here to play a bit of golf, but I first came here on a cruise many years ago as a single man. I was told there were going to be 300 nurses on board, but in fact it was the Women's Weekly Blue Rinse Cruise. So a lot of the ladies had blue hair. It wasn't what the brochure said. But I came back here on my honeymoon about 30 years ago, and it almost ended in divorce because my wife, very competitive, we were playing on the Fijian resort, and she won the first hole. And then on the second hole, hit 3 tee shots out of bounds. So I said, darling, you are playing 7 off the tee. And she threw the club at me and said, you jerk. So the marriage was all over almost before it started.
Gordon, she wasn't one of those blue rinses, was she?
No, she wasn't. No, she was only 21 years of age, actually. So I'd done quite well for myself.
Good boy. And you've come back regularly since those days.
I love Fiji. Yes, we actually built a house on Denarau Island. The beauty is that you can get to the outer islands by boat very quickly, and it's so spectacular out there. We've sold that place and we're now building on Nasoso, which is a beautiful new resort, and I just love the people. They're a race apart.
Well, the Pearl, South Pacific, it's known as being a rainforest. We've got a bit of mist settling in for the early part of the day, but what are we going to do about this hole?
Well, the nice thing about this early mist, the rain is warm when it does rain. This is rainforest country. It's 388 yards, and the Bledisloe Cup's on the line here, Mirrors, and it's a very tight fairway. There's a hazard on the right, so you've got to be accurate. You've got to be like Dan Carter.
You're putting pressure on me already. My wife likes Dan Carter.
That is a screamer. Just left of centre. Perfect. Well, Dan Carter was voted New Zealand's sexiest man, and that was a pretty sexy drive, Mirrors, I've got to say. Let's see if we can match it.
Oh, straight down the right side, Gordon. Oh, beautiful.
Just be careful of those traps, Andrew, on the left side and right.
No pressure, Gordon.
Well, you've missed the traps all right. That's looking pretty good.
Oh,
to
that's
me.
in the
That's
hole.
all over
Get
the
in.
hole.
Oh.
Hit the flagstick. Amazing.
How do you like that one, Gordon?
Well, I said you were all over the flagstick, but don't get too carried away. It's only early days.
Oh, not bad. Look at that. Well done.
There it is.
Wow, the birdie to start, Gordon. This tip from the pro brought to you by Golf University, the world's premier golf improvement program. I'm
I'm with One Asia Order of Merit winner, Andre Stoltz. Stoltzy, there's been some tough lies over the years. There's been snakes, crocodiles, bees, and Phil Mickelson recently on the 19th. But we've got coconuts. Talk me through the thought process with this one.
Well, Andrew, what it comes down to, I'm allowed to remove loose impediments under the rules of golf. So first of all, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to get rid of the big ones that are in my way there. So those ones there. Now, I've just got to be careful that I don't dislodge this other one. That's probably enough. I could probably move these ones too. One thing I can't do is I can't touch these ones here because the ball's sitting on it. If I touch them, it's going to wobble and I'm going to get penalised. So main thing when you've got a tricky one is probably just to stand here and hover the club and just stay nice and steady and try and clip it off the top.
Oh, that's pure.
That come out all right.
For more great golf tips, including the free 3 Steps to Chipping Mastery video series, visit golfuniversity.tv. We've arrived at the 6th. It's the hardest hole on the course already. Seriously, it looks like a jungle. It's 460 metres, but it dog legs right round to the left. You've got hazards on the left, hazards on the right, and believe it or not, hazards crossing at just before the bunker there. There's a bunker and then more hazards.
It's a nightmare for you and I, in other words.
Oh my God, how are we going to deal with this one, Gordon?
Well, I don't know. We'll give it our best shot, yeah.
Now, you've called a bit of rugby in your time. How long have you been doing it?
I am in my 45th year of broadcasting, joined the ABC as a specialist trainee, and I think I've called over 400 rugby internationals now.
Very good. And you've seen a few Bledisloes?
Oh yeah, 71 Bledisloe Cup calls, yeah.
And have the Aussies won any of those yet?
Look, my memory's fading, I must say, in my advancing years, but I can't remember when we last won the Bledisloe Cup. Actually, it was 2002. So it's been a long time between drinks. But
I see you've even got a Kiwi Rugby World Cup hat on there too.
Yeah. You know, they did well in 2011. They were a bit lucky though, I've got to say. A few favours from the referee, Monsieur Joubert.
Oh, you've played here before, Gordon. Local knowledge.
Screamer.
That's a nice shot, Gordon.
Yeah, we're still a bit of a test though to get the green in 3.
Looks a bit like Jurassic Park down there, doesn't it?
We've got a bit of terrain here that is very much out of... I'm expecting a giraffe or even an elephant to come out of there, but the rain is warm. It's a misty rain and it's very subtropical, so it's all part of the Fijian deal.
It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And tell me about comfortable. You must have seen some great games over the years.
I think my favourite game goes back to Sydney 2000 at the Olympic Stadium. World record crowd, 109,000 people. And the All Blacks were up 24-0 after 10 minutes. I thought, oh my God, what is going on here? But the Wallabies came back, 24-all at half-time. Then we hit the lead in the second half, and then Jonah, in the last minute of play, scored in the corner, 39-35. We lost the game, but I tell you what, the result didn't matter. It was just like, I think everyone was on cloud 9. It was just an amazing experience.
It was a win for the ages.
A win for the ages, and importantly, we won the Bledisloe Cup later that year.
Oh, you've won one of them, have you?
We have one. Okay, here we go.
Oh. You should play golf like this more often.
We've escaped all the trouble. Go. Andrew, this is a shot the pros often use with a 3-wood just off the green. See how we go.
Come on, up you go. Not bad. 1 putt for par.
Okay, this is for a half. And that's a pressure putt.
Hey, straight in.
No doubt about him. Yeah. Can't hold a Kiwi down.
I'm with one of the luckiest ladies on the planet, Natalie Marletta. She's the general manager here at the Pearl. Natalie, what a gig.
Thank you. Yes, well, thank you for having me. It's not a bad place to work at all.
And what sort of things do you get up to on a daily basis?
Well, not lying on the beach like I'd love to, but running a resort. It's pretty tough work, but it's enjoyable. It's in a beautiful place like Fiji. So yeah, we've got 78 rooms here, a couple of restaurants, a world-class golf course as well. So we're pretty lucky.
I'm privy to the world-class golf course. I also noticed you got the pool down there, but what if you don't want to go to the pool? What else can I do?
Oh, there's lots of other activities. Where the hotel is located in Pacific Harbour is known as the adventure capital of Fiji. So there is lots to do, from snorkeling to jet skiing to shark diving with the friendly Fijian sharks. Benga Island is known as the soft coral capital of the world. So there's lots of beautiful coral out there to see. So there's lots to do.
And terra trekking, what is this?
Terra trekking is something new actually. It's in a little quad where you go up into the forest and sort of ride around the forest into the mud, and the guys would love it. You get all dirty and muddy. So.
And if you're not a golfer, and you're maybe one of the ladies come with the lads?
We have a full day spa that does all different treatments, from massages to facials to everything. Otherwise there's lying on the beach, there's tours to Suva for shopping. There's lots to do for the women as well.
And island night.
Island night, yes.
I got busted by that the other night.
Did you dance?
I had to, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it's a cultural show. We offer a Lovo buffet, so traditional Fijian food. Guests can get up, dance around with the Meke show, so it's really entertaining, very interactive. We have another 132 rooms coming online in August next year, a marina, larger conference centre, another 4 restaurants, retail. So we're going to be one of the largest resorts on this side of the island. Very exciting.
We're in Fiji, we're supposed to be playing golf, but Gordon has got me going to meet someone special.
Well, look, the Fijian Rugby Sevens team are the Harlem Globetrotters of international rugby, and they are here in Fiji. It's a national sport, it's a religion, and these guys are going for the Olympic Games in Rio. They want to win a gold medal. Let's go and meet them. Well, here they are, the Harlem Globetrotters of international rugby, the famous Fijian Sevens squad, and Oscar, the captain. I must tell you, I was commentating in 1990 for the most famous try of all time in Sevens in Hong Kong. We had Rauluni, Sorevi, Noah Nandruku, and Tomasi Thama. Did the boys remember that? You seen that? Yeah. And what does it mean playing for Fiji on the world stage and aiming for the Olympic gold medal?
It's always a privilege to play for your country, and to us Fijians it means a lot to wear the white jersey, especially because it's a sport of a nation and everybody's behind you. And to get the Olympics involved is very exciting, and I think all the boys are looking forward to it.
Well, I'm with the former coach of the England seven-a-side team and now the national coach for the Fiji Sevens. I reckon, Ben Ryan, you've got to have the best coaching job in the world. How good is it?
Yeah, it's you've hit the nail on the head there. As far as the enjoyment factor with the boys, they just sometimes you sit back and you just admire what they're doing on the field, and it's a religion here, national sport. Get some incredibly talented athletes, and we've had some brilliant sides that we've put out over the last 20, 30 years.
Now, what is it about their innate skills and athleticism that makes them so special?
They have a unique combination, really. Two things. Genetically, they have the luxury of being given some fantastic genes. You know, they're power athletes. But tied into that is that rugby really is the only sport that's played to any level in Fiji. So from a very, very young age, these boys are playing a form of rugby. It could be on the beach, it could be on a patch of grass, and it could be with anything, a bottle filled with sand, a coconut, or a worn rugby ball if they're lucky enough to got one in the village. And they're playing hours and hours and hours, so they get those 10,000 hours of learnt practice plus their natural ability. And then on top of that is the fact that everybody is so passionate about rugby. It's no surprise that the seven-a-side team is the national team, but they've also, you know, right up there at the top of the world game.
And Rio 2016, the prospect of an Olympic medal.
Yeah.
How exciting is that for the nation and you?
It's the reason that I came. It's the reason that I guess they've changed the programme a bit and listened to me to make it a little bit more professional. Never been a medal given out to any Pacific island in the Winter or Summer Olympic Games, and ourselves and Samoa are coming in with a real chance in Rio. It will, for the small islands, you know, in the middle of the Pacific, it will put them in certainly the sporting global headlights for those 3 days in the Olympics. It's going to be part of the programme. And the sporting world in general, Fiji are going to be able to go there and say, you know, there's something that we do that's better than anybody else in the world. So, yeah, no pressure there, but if we can bring back a gold medal, it would be amazing for the whole country.
I'm one up, we're at the 16th. It's a beautiful 328 metre, relatively short, par 4. Gordon, I believe it's a signature hole.
Look, I'm glad you've taken my advice and gone from your 7-iron to your driver. He thinks he's Adam Scott, this bloke, but it is the signature hole. There's plenty of fairway here. over my shoulder here this magnificent, gorgeous stream. It really is so picturesque, but there's a water hazard 240 metres straight ahead. So you've really got to be short with your driver. But this is the signature hole, elevated tee. Go to it, Mirror. Oh, he's creamed it. Perfect.
Ooh, little left, Gordon. Is it in the water? Oh, safe.
Not bad. So bogey for you, Mirror. This is for a win.
Oh, easy.
Thank you.
All square going down the last, Gordon.
Hey, I like it.
It's like one of those big test matches, isn't it?
It's going to go down to the wire.
We're all square coming to the 18th. It's a 363 metre par 4, dogleg right. This one's going down in history, Gordon.
Well, there have been a lot of famous names here striding down this 18th. It's an imposing final hole. You've got the clubhouse in the background. You've also got fairway bunkers either side. Names like Greg Norman, Peter Lonard, Ian Stanley, Brett Ogle, won here as an amateur, striding down the 18th. And now it's going to be Gordon Bray, a victor in 2014.
And McCombe.
I'm going to cut this.
Oh, he's cut it perfectly.
Oh my goodness, that is the shot of the day. He's cleared the bunker.
Four-footer, Gordon, for the birdie.
This for the win. Oh!
Well played. Thanks for showing me around the Pearl, South Pacific.
What a great course.
You're a very good golfer. Tell me, you must have a good golf philosophy.
Well, look, I think it's a bit like marriage. You've got to work at it. And as soon as you take it for granted, it's going to come back and bite you. So attention to detail, and the harder you work, the more enjoyment you get out of it.
Come on, speaking of enjoyment, let's get up to that bar.
Absolutely.
Gordon, the Pearl, South Pacific, what do you think?
Well, I really love the course. We certainly had a few seasons out there, some light misty rain, but it didn't worry us. It's very tropical. We expected to see some African animals jumping out at us. That didn't happen, but the fairways are very forgiving. You can't really get a bad lie, which I think is very good for this sort of course. It's a pity that you and I didn't find a few more of those fairways here today. But Graham Bell, the manager, is determined to restore this layout to its former pristine glory. And remember, it was a championship golf course hosting some of the best players in the world. So that's very exciting.
Wasn't it? And speaking of best players, you won up for the Bledisloe.
Yeah, well, I did predict that would happen at the start, and you know, you'll get another chance on another day, but you've got to give the Aussies their due credit. We turned up when it counted.
Well, here's to the Pearl, South Pacific.
Magnificent.
Cheers. Well, there it is. I'm Andrew McCombe with the voice of Australian rugby,
Gordon Bray, and thanks for joining us here at the Pearl, South Pacific. What a magnificent golf layout it is, a must stopover in Fiji.
For more videos, special offers and information, go to golfgetaway.com.au or like us at facebook.com/golfgetawaytv.
Go the Wallabies.